It's the holidays, which means I'm back home in good old Georgia. Yep, right in the suburbs. I know that some of you guys are probably home for the holidays too, or maybe you're even living at home full time. It can be so much harder to create like transformative change and do all the things you want to do when you're living at home. So I thought for this episode, since I'm at home, I would give some tips, some tricks, some ideas for things that you can do if you're also home for the holidays or living at home to keep up with goals, to create transformative change, even when you don't necessarily have your own space to do so. If you're new to my channel, hi, welcome, nice to meet you. My name is Kiara, and if you're returning, I missed you. How have you been? And welcome to episode 4 of Can You Actually Change Your Life in 6 Months? Living at Home edition. For a quick recap of what we're doing, I've seen a bunch of like productivity YouTubers and TikTokers saying that you can change your life in 6 months if you try hard enough. And so we're doing a little bit of an experiment here to see if that's actually true using me. So let's get into it. Let's get started. Let's get into this episode. First off, being in the suburbs means there is nothing to do. So I need to find a way to keep myself from spending all day mindlessly scrolling on this thing, which is what I usually end up doing when I'm at home. And we're not doing that this time. And to avoid doing that, we're gonna fill our time with people, with activities, with things that bring us joy, so we're not so inclined to spend all day on our phones. So for me, this means spending time with people I love, aka building up my social life, hanging out with my family, and hanging out with my hometown friends. So if you're living at home, obviously you wanna try and make new friends, but there's no bad thing about hanging out with old friends and people who are also still in your hometown. I do that every single time I come home. So first thing we're gonna do is hang out with some of my friends. We're gonna go to Cape Barbecue. Here is the outfit. Okay, let's go.
I got onion rings, spring roll, and this thing.
Onion rings, chicken wings, spring rolls, and kimchi.
Salmon, calamari, beef, ramen, bok choy, tofu skin, crab, lobster, fish cake, shrimp dumpling, gyoza, and then we all have our soups. This is the four. What's it for? Okay, talk about it. Is that the sound?
One of the hardest things about doing this challenge and being at home is surprisingly maintaining my food goals. Let me explain. My family cooks a lot of my meals when I'm at home, and we eat a lot of our meals together, so I'm not able to be as picky with what I eat. Luckily, my family eats like fairly healthy, so it's not super bad, but it does make it a little bit harder. I can't like track my calories and track everything I'm eating and measure everything out. And I've also been like hanging out with friends. We've been going out to eat a lot. So while I'm at home, instead of focusing on calories and measuring everything, I'm gonna be shifting my focus to the actual content of what's on my plate and also on portion control. So for example, if my family cooks salmon, broccoli, mac and cheese, I like to fill my plate in the order of the thing I want to eat the most. So first thing I'll get is broccoli, and I'll fill half of my plate with broccoli. And then I'll fill a little bit more than a quarter of my plate with the salmon to get my protein, and then just a little bit of the mac and cheese. So I still get to have the mac and cheese. I'm not like filling my plate with it, you know? So if you're living at home, or if you're at home for the holidays and you don't want to be like, I'm not gonna eat what everyone else is gonna eat because that's a little hard, I think that's a good method to use. And what I'll also do is I'll try to get smaller plates of things in order to like encourage myself to eat smaller portions, because if I don't do that and I just get a big plate and load it with whatever I want to eat, I tend to overeat. Like I eat past the point of getting full, and then my stomach hurts, and then I'm upset, and then like mentally it just is not helpful. So in order to counteract that, smaller plate and focusing on the contents of what's on your plate. If you're in a family who doesn't necessarily eat very healthy and you're not getting a whole lot of vegetables and things like that, and those things aren't being cooked, maybe you eat some of what everyone's making, and then on the side you make yourself a little plate of vegetables, and then you can have a bit of a more balanced plate. And then when I eat out, I try to do the same thing. You don't always have to necessarily track calories in order to lose weight or to hit those goals. I prefer it because I like to be very exact with things. I forgot to say this, but one other thing I like to do is I really love taking walks after I eat so that I can kind of walk off all the food, and I feel like that helps with digestion a little bit and makes me feel a little bit better. Another tip that I would share. My skin is so dry. It sounds like sandpaper. It's okay. I'm gonna change. 1, 2, 3. Hello, beautiful, beautiful people. In the spirit of trying to do things and get out of bed, me and my sisters are going to a Christmas market today. I've already eaten my breakfast, so I'm not gonna be eating anything crazy there. 1, for weight loss, and 2, for money. I'm gonna finish getting ready and getting dressed, and I will see you guys at the market.
Can we go inside now? Corey wanted to get that, but this. Do you want to get it?
No, it can't be that good.
It has to be that good for the line to be that long.
You weren't helping me.
We got hot apple cider. No, don't just go. You're gonna burn yourself.
Oh, I can't feel my taste buds.
Yeah, you burnt them off. These were $7 each. It was $7.95 each. The issue is when y'all are here, if I get something, it's like, oh, let me get one. Oh, get 2 of them. Get 3.
Yeah, that's what you're here for.
Am I just a wallet to you? So you didn't say no.
But if you think about it, everybody is just a wallet to me.
That's so awful. That's so
awful. Personality.
So different designed wallets?
Yeah.
Okay, what wallet am I?
Your wallet is more like emo.
I'm an emo wallet?
It's just like emo with like a little smiley face on it. Yours is like purple with little gems.
Who's your favorite sister?
That's not a fair question.
Oh, I just smelled something bad, and I don't know what it was, but I can't
Oh,
see
it's been smelling like that. Oh my goodness, it's in my mouth. I can't even focus. I don't even want to talk anymore. Should we go somewhere else?
You went in! Oh!
How do I look?
Oh, you look like an ornament.
What? Is this for children? Like, I feel like this is so cute if you style it.
How much is that?
That would be 35. 48, sorry.
48? Thank you.
Who was paying $48 for a bead? No, where did the yarn come from? If you didn't like make it yourself, then I don't get why you're charging that much, honey.
It was like $48 for half. It's so small. Oh. Okay. I'll wait for y'all so we can try it at the same time. 1, 2, 3.
Am I tripping? This tastes like
Why did you do it from the thing?
It wasn't worth the money though. Good afternoon. It's 4 p.m. and my period started this morning, which means I've been rotting away in bed since I woke up at like 9. I haven't really done anything, which is fine. I think genuinely these last few weeks, especially just since I started this YouTube channel, I've been exhausting myself. And so I figured out a new method so I'm not exhausting myself as much, don't worry. But I think I've really exhausted my body. So I landed here in Georgia. I got home, I crashed. And then I think yesterday I just like laid in bed also. Or I laid in bed for the morning yesterday and then I went out with my sisters. But I think my body's just recouping its energy. And to get my period while it's still like recovering is rough. So today I'm really focusing on resting, eating healthy, trying to like refuel. I made myself a little breakfast sandwich with like sourdough, eggs, spinach, avocado, and like vegan cheese because your girl's lactose intolerant. And I've been trying to do better about drinking my water. I'm gonna be so honest, the last few days I've been doing a lot of prep for something that will
be shown in the next video. But I've been working really hard. The days leading up to me coming here, I have not been taking care of myself. There was one day where I maybe drank 1 cup of water and I felt awful. I felt so bad. So we're really hydrating today. My boyfriend will be very happy to hear that. And also my dad's like a real, I don't want to say health nut. He's very into like health stuff. So I found these in the fridge. So I'm gonna try these. It's this immunity carrot mango drink and then an elderberry and zinc shot because I think maybe it'll help with like the cramps and the everything going on in here and in my uterus. So I'm gonna try this elderberry and zinc shot first. I don't really know how much health shots actually do for your health. They kind of feel like a scam, but also I feel like they're kind of helpful. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. It's not bad, it's not bad. Onto the carrot mango drink. It has vitamin C, probiotics, ginger, turmeric, no added sugar, carrot juice, lemon juice, mango puree, pineapple juice, passion fruit juice. Okay, let's try her out. When you first drink it, it's not bad at all. But as it sits in your mouth, the like aftertaste of carrot really shows up there. It really appears. But if it's good for me, I'll do it. So I'm just gonna take the rest of today. I'm gonna rest, I'm gonna get some work done. I've been kind of like bed rotting in my room. And so I'm gonna try to just get some work done elsewhere in the home. So I'm not just staring at my white walls all day. So I'm gonna do that. I'm working on a bunch of stuff for future episodes of this challenge that I think will be fun. I don't know, I'm trying to find more to say. There's nothing else to say. Okay, I'm gonna go lay down, put a heating pad on my stomach, and try my best to recover. Morning. We've had our 2 days, maybe 3, of rest, of chilling out, of not doing anything, and today we're getting back on track. So I'm gonna get my day started. I'm gonna make my bed, we're gonna do our stretches, we're gonna go on a walk, and I'm gonna prove to myself that I can stick to my goals while I'm at home. I'm sure you can tell by my voice, I just woke up. We're already off to a not great start. I woke up really late because I stayed up really late yesterday, but today we're gonna get some stuff done. It's also Christmas Eve, so I only have so much time in the day, and then I need to spend time with my family. So I'm gonna make my bed, and then we're gonna get started. Two things. One, I'm finally going back to the gym today. I don't have a gym membership out here, but my boyfriend does, so I'm gonna use his gym membership. And 2, I got an Apple Watch for Christmas, so now I can be a lot more accurate about the things that I'm tracking and like making sure I'm getting my steps in, I'm standing up enough during the day, and all of those fun things. Today we're gonna go to the gym, but I wanted to very quickly mention something that I've noticed. Honestly, I find funny, but I've been seeing it a lot. So I think it might be good to mention. Art in any form, including content creation, is at its core imitation, right? Everyone gets inspiration from each other, everyone gets ideas from each other. At this point, nothing is truly original anymore. And I've seen a lot of people taking inspiration from this series, which I think is super cool. I in no way made up the idea of like changing your life in 6 months. I don't want to claim that at all because that's just not true, obviously. And I've seen a lot of people tagging me and being like, you inspired me to make this video, or you encouraged me to start my own YouTube channel, and I think that's so cool. I watch almost every single one of them that I can when I can. However, I have seen quite a few that are just copying. And when I say copying, I mean title, thumbnail. I've seen like 2 or 3 that have copied my description word for word, including my little smiley faces. I think specifically if content creation is part of what you want to do for your 6-month challenge, right? If you're just copying everything I'm doing, I feel like you're not gonna feel satisfied at the end of it because you haven't grown as a content creator yourself. And I think titles, thumbnails, descriptions, all those things, you're supposed to experiment. You're supposed to see what works. You're supposed to see what doesn't work. You're supposed to figure that out on your own and figure out your own voice and figure out, you know, your own style of things. And Every single person has something unique to offer, and when you figure that out, it'll work. You just have to figure it out, right? Obviously, I'm not like offended by it in any way. Let me clarify something. There are a lot of videos I've seen that are taking inspiration from this series, which I think is so cool. I get so excited when I see those. Like whenever someone says, oh, you inspired me to start my YouTube, or oh, you inspired me to like do my own 6-month challenge, that makes me so happy. That's literally like the point of this. It's totally cool to take inspiration from people, and you should take inspiration from people when you're starting out. That's how you start out. But I think the point is that you put your own unique spin on it. You make it work for you. I want you to succeed. I want you to do well. So that's all I have to say about that. And I am going to go to the gym. We just finished working out. We're gonna go get protein shakes. And then we're gonna go get food. What are you gonna get?
Can I get the bodybuilder? Okay. In with almond milk?
Oh, thank you so much. Oh no, I like mine way more.
Really?
I like mine way more. You like yours better?
Yeah. That works out.
Yeah. The ears won't get stolen. But yeah. Quick little interruption to this video. Yesterday night, me and my boyfriend were driving home and we were rear-ended by a drunk driver. I posted it in my little community tab. If you ever want updates on things and you're not seeing them like on the actual channel itself, I'll post things in the community tab sometimes. Luckily, everybody's fine. No one was like seriously injured or anything. No one was hurt really badly. But we were driving home and we got like a weird bad feeling. And we're like, something just feels off. Then as we get off the highway, we see this guy that's like swerving in and out of lanes. And at first we're like, whoa, like he's driving a little crazy. And then we realize he's very clearly drunk. So we try to avoid him as much as possible. We go behind him for a bit. He's like going in and out, and then we're like, okay. He like goes out of the lane and we're like, okay, we're gonna pass him and just go as far away as possible because he's going like 10 miles an hour. So we're like, we can get away from him. So we go as fast as possible to get away from him, and we end up stopped at a red light, and we think that there are like 3 cars behind us in between us and him. But unfortunately there's not. There's only one. So he slams into that car, which then slams into our car, and our entire back windshield just bursts. Because of that, 1, my videos got delayed a bit, and 2, I'm having like a bit of like shoulder and arm pain and just all over not feeling the greatest. So what we're gonna do is do an extra long yoga session to try to help that and try to relieve some of the pain that has caused. Our car's not too bad, luckily, and no one got injured really badly or worse. So we're very lucky for that. But please be safe out there. The holidays are a weird time for driving, and I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, but I think people generally are just getting worse at driving from what I've noticed. So be very careful, be very aware, and if you ever encounter a drunk driver, go behind them, not in front of them. I learned that lesson pretty quickly. Anyway, I'm gonna go do my yoga now. I don't know if you remember last video when I said I was gonna start doing UGC as like an extra little side hustle situation. So I think because I've been home and also just the sheer amount of things that have been going on, I have not had time to do UGC. So we're gonna put her on hold for right now, and we are going to instead full focus on YouTube and digital products, at least for now, until I can get the hang of everything and really get into the swing of things with YouTube and with this digital product stuff. I think I need to take it a little bit slower. Maybe I want to limit it to like 1 side hustle a month. So for January, we're just gonna full focus on YouTube, digital products, and just like kind of getting into the swing of things there. On the same topic of work, let's move on to my next tip for if you are working or if you're living at home. So my next tip for if you are working at home for the holidays, or just living at home and working remotely, or if you're just at home and you need to get stuff done, my #1 tip is do not work in your bed. It's really easy to do so, especially if you work from home, because you just like roll out of bed at 8:59, turn on your laptop, and it's like, why would I get up and get ready? Why would I do all that? It makes you feel a lot better if you get ready for the day and work like you're actually going to work versus being in your pajamas and kind of like lazing around. And it doesn't feel like it's gonna make a big difference, but when you do it, you'll notice. You feel a lot more productive and a lot more more like energetic and willing to do stuff when you actually have gotten ready for the day and taken the time out to do that. 2, if you already do that and you like sit in your room, you work at your desk all day, and it's kind of getting repetitive, it's getting boring, I would highly recommend, especially if you're living with family, and I know it can be hard to like get work done, I recommend going to a coffee shop, or I recommend just working in a new place in your house, somewhere that you don't usually work. So maybe if you work on your desk in your room, maybe you're working in the living room or outside. So today we're gonna try working in a different location. For me, I really love being outside. I feel a lot more like productive. My mood is very reliant on the sun, and so being outside just gives me that vitamin D. So today I was going to work in a coffee shop, but because I no longer have access to a car, we're gonna be working outside. Today, I need to edit both this video and another video, but my hard drive is not connecting to my computer. So I need to call Apple support or Samsung support to get that handled. So that's what I'm gonna do now, and that's the work I'm gonna get done. I think it's a nice change of pace, a nice change of location. Yeah, that's all I have to say. I'm just yapping. So I'm gonna get to work.
Thanks for calling Samsung. Drive is unfortunately probably having some kind of hardware defect there.
Thank you so much for watching this week's episode. I know it's a little bit different from how I usually film my episodes. It's not as structured. Let me know if you like this vlog style episode a bit better or if you prefer the very structured ones. I kind of like mixing both in, so let me know. And please let me know if you have any ideas for upcoming episodes or for other videos you'd like to see, because I do have open slots in between these episodes. And yeah, in the next episode, we're gonna be ramping things up in a very unexpected way. I'm very excited to share with you guys. Thank you for watching again, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
Love me lots, love me lots, so love me